Palm Sunday marks the beginning of Holy Week. And there's a lot to be said about Holy Week that I'll cover in some later videos. But Palm Sunday stands out for a couple of reasons. One is the fact that normally when we go to church, they give us palm branches as we come into Mass. And quite often, Mass actually begins with a gospel before Father even processes in of the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. But there's something else that I think stands out to most people a little bit more. And that is the incredibly long gospel we read when we go to Mass. There are so many things going on, it's really easy to miss it. And so one of my suggestions to you is to try and bring a little bit more life out of this for yourself. Put yourself into the shoes of one of the figures in the story. If there's a figure that I think I can identify with, it's probably St. Peter. Partly because I'm standing at St. Peter the Apostle Catholic High School filming for you right now. But partly because of what Peter says and does and what he means to say and do over the course of this gospel. The first moments we hear from Peter are when Jesus tells Peter that Peter will deny Jesus 3 times before the night is over. And Peter says, no, that'll never happen. And the reason for this is simple. Peter loves Jesus deeply, his best friend. He can't imagine a situation that would make him want to run away. When Jesus is being arrested in the garden, Peter's the one who pulls out a sword to defend Jesus' life, and all he manages to do is to chop off some guy's ear. I guess he was a better fisherman than a swordsman. When Jesus is on trial, the sham of a trial that Jesus goes through, Peter's being confronted by others. And in stronger and stronger words, Peter is denying that he even knows Jesus, swearing a curse that he doesn't know who he is. I would say that Peter's experience at the end of this gospel is probably one of the ones that most speaks to our situation right now. He's cut off from Jesus. He knows God's there. He knows, at least you presume that he would know, that God loves him. But he doesn't have that same contact, that same communion with him. And this is our reality right now. We're cut off from celebrating Mass together in a church. We're going to be cut off from the most important week of our church year. And yet, we know how God keeps his promises. That the story doesn't end in the tomb. Just like our story's not going to end in this period of isolation and pandemic. God's love is infinitely greater.